Jehovah, 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 Jehovah. Hey, baby. Excuse me, honey. Hey, baby, this is Sister Billy Bertha Mae Smith, honey, and I got some more gossip to tell you, honey. You would not believe this, honey, boo. Anyway, honey, last video, honey, I told you about Catrina, Sister Catrina, and her husband. Well, okay, honey, so what? Okay, honey, so what had happened was, honey, this is crazy, honey. You would not believe this, honey. If this had not happened, I would not believe it, honey. But it had happened. I seen this happen, honey. Let me tell you, honey, what happened, honey. Okay, so what happened was, did you know that Sister Catrina and that new brother, they were field service dating? You know, honey, he asked her out in field service, and there was chaperone and everything like that when they went from door to door, honey. And then, honey, after that, he tried to invite her out for dinner and all of that, honey. And she was trying to be, the Jehovah-like a person. And she was like, oh, no, honey, I'm not that kind of girl, honey. And it was like, what? I'm just asking you out for dinner. And she was like, no, it's too soon, honey. We need to be field service dating for at least 6 months before you ever think about asking me out anywhere else besides field service. And he was like, what? What are you talking about? You've been sexting with me for 3 weeks? And she was like, shh. Anyway, honey, so she went to the elders on him because she was afraid that he was going to go to the elders on her, and she wasn't even fully divorced from her husband or anything like that, honey. He had just, threw his hands up at her, but she couldn't even get him to call her back, honey. And so anyway, she went ahead and had Jehovah wedding, honey. She didn't wait on nothing, honey. And she married this new brother that was up and coming with the toilets and all of that, honey. Anyway, they had the wonderful wedding, honey. The picturesque family wedding again. Remix, honey. Look at this right here. You better marry me, because if not, I'm going to go to the elders and show him all the text messages you've been sending me and all of them pics you've been sending me of your dilly-milly. Can't stand her. Anyway, honey, no, honey, that's not how it was, honey. He was in love, honey. Look at this. They are in love, but, honey, I don't know. I have to say, honey, I like to look at people's body language and things like that, honey. He has his chin up in the air. A few angles, I'll say about 20 degrees higher than she does. Do you notice that, honey? Do you see the angle of her chin? And do you see the angle of his chin is going up, honey? I don't know. He's a bit arrogant, honey. You see that? Look at that expression. Who does that remind you of, honey? Look at her. She is not backing down, honey. She is not backing down. I don't know, honey. I don't know who wears the pants in this relationship, but it's going to be an interesting one, honey. Anyway, honey, Brother BelZEBbub gave the talk once again. Brother BelZEBbub, COBE, Circuit Overseer, Presiding Overseer, Bethelite Overseer, almost assistant governing body. You know what? He was the assistant. Let me tell you something, honey. He was the assistant to the governing body's housekeeper. Yes, he was way up there, honey. So, when he came back, to the congregation, they made him a big kahuna, honey. But anyway, it was a wonderful Kingdom Hall wedding once again. But this time, there was a few people missing. I don't know. There was a little something shady going on because some of the family members in the front row was not there, and I don't know, but we still put that on Twitter, honey, and on Facebook and everywhere, honey, because we did that up, honey. This was Jehovah's wedding. Look at that, and they had a nice honeymoon too, honey. They went to, Atlanta don't have no beaches, honey, so where they went was to Mississippi, the Gulfport, honey, and Florida beaches, Panama City, and Florida Beach City, and Miami and all of that. They had a whole tour of honeymoons, honey. They went over there to Alabama and Mississippi and Kentucky. everywhere throughout the whole South, honey. It was a big wedding, honey, and a big honeymoon. Look at that. He done cleaned so many toilets, he could afford all that, honey. Look at that. And this is, well, okay, so, honey, what happened was, honey, when they got married, some of the people in the Kingdom Hall wasn't really trying to hear that because they were like, where is your husband, your first husband, and are you even divorced yet? And so, you know, they had to hurry up because, see, what happened was somebody ratted them out. Somehow those sexting messages got to somebody else.
Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah. Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah.
Oh, yes, honey. What is all of this, honey? What is all of this? Why are you sending all of these resource kits out and going through this stuff? And all the old worldly mind maps talking about evil people. Hope for human evil. Oh, crazy psychological crap. And then, look at this right here, honey. Look at this. You done took this drawing. You done took your talent to draw for the devil, honey. You done made this for the devil, honey. To besmirch Jehovah's name and his organization to bring reproach on it. That's what you did. That's what you took your drawing for. You should be ashamed of yourself. Trying to help innocent children. Yeah, honey, somebody else got them sex messages. So he was going to have to be, you know, reproved, but, you know. So they decided to go to another Kingdom Hall, honey. They decided to go to Kingdom Hall in Alabama. Yeah, this is the Kingdom Hall right here. And do you know, just by pure coincidence, honey boo, by pure coincidence, honey boo, that same Kingdom Hall has that brother in there that I've been telling you about all this time in all the other gossip videos. You know, that brother that likes to adhere to that two-witness rule, demanding child victims of sexual abuse to produce 2 eyewitnesses. Yeah, we shall call him Brother BelZEBbub Henry, the Third Turd. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Brother BelZEBbub Henry, the Third Turd. I'm going to call you that. Okay, honey boo? Because I'm going to spare you your real name for a minute, but don't think I'm getting soft on you, honey boo. Okay, honey. So, anyway, Catrina and her new... I'm having way too much fun with this. Anyway, honey. Catrina and her new husband had to go on over there to Alabama, honey, in that Alabama Kingdom Hall. She ain't stuck in Atlanta no more, honey. She's stuck in God's armpit. Because ain't nobody heard of that. Ain't nobody heard of no Alabama. Yeah, girl, she got to serve tea over there in the elder's house and all that, but that's a privilege, honey. She been given a lot of privileges, honey, because she is pioneering hard in them streets, even throughout all of that, with her first husband and now her second husband. She never did stop cleaning them toilets like crazy. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. See, and she's doing good right now. She's over there in Alabama serving Brother BelZEBbub. Brother BelZEBbub Henry, the Third Turd. Girl, did you hear about Brother BelZEBbub Henry the Third? Yes, girl. I heard about all them letters that was being sent around, and they was mailing things to all of his workmates. Yeah, girl, and one of them letters said that they was going to make sure that all his children and his children's children and his children's children and his children's 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 15 generations down and beyond would know what he did and what kind of life he lived, and that he was one of those folks that upheld the two-witness rule for child sexual abuse, and that he bullied a young powerless girl as an elder, that he likes to take his authority and power as a Jehovah's Witness elder and abuse vulnerable and weak ones within his own organization. Really, girl? Oh my God. And then, no wonder it's been so strange around here. It's been so tense. Girl, I'm telling you, I don't even know. Girl, and then they always want to blame black folks, don't they? Yes, girl. I don't know, but this ain't no black person, honey. They got all them resource kits and all them letters, honey. I don't know, honey. I don't know what. I don't know. Is this an alien even? Is this person even human? I don't know, honey, but I tell you, girl, it's a lot of crazy stuff going around. And did you know, girl, that they got some rumors going around that some people even contacted this person? What? Oh, girl. Oh, my God. And then, girl, did you know that they know about brother so-and-so? You know, the one that is very close to Brother BelZEBbub Henry, the Third Turd. Oh, no, honey, I don't think so. Look at all these apostates mad. What y'all mad for, huh? These apostates are mad about that two-witness rule. Look at this. This one right here was this fellowship with a vengeance, honey, because he used to be a nice brother until he saw that news clip about the Australian Royal Commission, and then he went and told his brother-in-law, and he told his book study conductor. Well, you know, they don't have that right now anymore, but back in the day, honey, and then he told his neighbor even. She's worldly. Why did he have to tell her that? So they went ahead and disfellowshipped everybody. Look at that. He's bad too. He just came from the Kingdom Hall and had just looked up the Royal Commission on his cell phone. Had just found out. This one too. Yeah, baby. Look at that. Look at these folks rolling up their sleeves. I don't know. They look kind of big, like big old kahunas. And these folks don't really look like the first group. These look like bankers or lawyers, honey. Or some kind of political officials, honey. I don't know. These folks look a lot more scarier than the other ones with fires and pitchforks. Look at that. These glasses are scaring me, honey. Because he looks like he'd be real good with numbers, honey. Yeah, buddy. I don't know. Look at this. I don't know, honey. I don't know if he can really do much. He look a little skinny, but he looks scary anyway. He look like he'll slice somebody, honey. I'm scared, honey. Now, this right here is the vast apostate army, honey. You see, that's a group of smiling folks. They don't really do, you know, they just, well, I don't know, honey, but they just saying kumbaya, you know. Yeah, honey. But don't let those smiles fool you, honey. Look at him again. You are nothing but a snitch. How dare you tell everybody about Australian Royal Commission and then out people like that and ruin people's reputation? Don't you know you can be sued for slander, honey? Oh, this brother right here is so precious, honey. I want you to look at him right now, honey. Look at this. This brother would never, ever adhere to the two-witness rule, would he? This wonderful brother would always go to the police if there was any hint or any kind of rumors or allegations of child abuse, and he would never bully anybody, especially a young girl, a young powerless girl. He wouldn't.
Love don't live here anymore.
Well, honey, I don't know what you're showing me. I guess it's one of your another one of these worldly mind maps with all of these colors. You like a little kid. You like a big grown kid with all them color pencils and markers doing all this.
Well, this is a mind map.
And yes, kids do mind maps, but so do adults. And what's wrong with a little color in your life?
Well, I think it's all foolishness and worldly. You don't need any of that. You just need Jehovah.
Really?
Of course. Of course all you need is Jehovah. You know the deal.
Well, I think Jehovah might need to help a few people understand a few legal matters, especially over there in the Deep South. You know, Georgia, Alabama, Florida.
We don't need to know any legal matters, honey. We wait till the new system to know all of that.
Well, you might be spending your time in jail until the new system.
What you mean? Clergy are required by Alabama law to report suspected child abuse. Oh, so they don't even have to wait until it's proven?
Nope.
You mean to tell me they are not to wait until they have 2 witnesses to prove child abuse? Code Section 26-14-3, Rule 505 of the Alabama Rules of Evidence, or face jail time and a penalty, honey. Alabama Legal Code Section 26-14-3, mandatory reporting, honey. Well, oh, Jehovah, I don't know, honey, because a lot of these elders over here in Montgomery, Alabama, honey, they done, you know what I'm saying, honey, they know a lot of stuff, and they doing Jehovah's will. No, honey, we do Jehovah's will over Caesar's will, honey. We ain't going to report none of that. Even if we do have proof, Jehovah's Witnesses are not to report that until they have 2 witnesses. And then if they have 2 witnesses, honey, we still keep it under wraps and call the Watchtower Legal Department. Ain't nobody calling no police. Automatically experience all Jehovah's Witnesses being held accountable for aiding and abetting for child abuse and being exposed to the entire world and public at large. Madison and North Congregation. Leslie Schiffman handles child abuse cases. Jefferson County DA. I don't know, honey. Oh, Jehovah, this is disturbing, honey. Get this out of my face. Never ever do that, would he? I'm going to call you Brother BelZEBbub Henry the Third Turd. Oh, look at that. Well, this is Brother BelZEBbub Henry, honey, and here he is. He just came from the Kingdom Hall with his wife, and they're wonderful and wonderful folks, honey. They love to adhere to that 2-witness rule. That's all he believes in, is that 2-witness rule for Jehovah's Witnesses, and Sister Smith believes that we should share that with the world, with everyone. Why stop at just JW.org, Brother BelZEBbub? BelZEBbub Henry? Why should we stop with JW.org? Let's show the world everything about Jehovah and his organization. I think it's only the truthful thing to do. And I think all of your neighbors now have a chance to, maybe let you know what they think about that 2-witness rule, honey boo. And your business associates and some of your past clients, selected ones. We don't want to let all of them know, do we, honey boo? Well, we let the selected hubs know. So, honey, can I turn in my field service time? Because I got a lot of hours doing this, honey, and I thought maybe just for old time's sake, I could send you my pioneer hours, honey boo. Yes, sir. Look at that. This is Brother Henry now, honey. Because, see, all of that, what happened was when they had, found out that this was going around about him, they were like, well, we can't keep you in that position because, it's a lot of, the perception has changed of you right now, and so we're going to have to get you back to ground bottom. So, Brother BelZEBbub Henry the Third, honey, the third turd is looking for a 4th turd in that bowl. He got to start from the bottom up, honey. You better scratch scrub them toilets. That's right. He is smiling like, wow. He is smiling when he is cleaning them toilets. That's right, honey boo. You better smile when you clean them Kingdom Hall toilets. They even made him wear women's clothes. I don't know, honey. I don't know. I don't know, Brother BelZEBbub Henry III, honey. Are you enjoying? He looked like he enjoying this a little too much with these feminine clothes and all of that. I don't know, honey. Oh no! What is this? Is that Sister Catrina? Meanwhile, Sister Catrina is living it up in Alabama town, honey. She and her new husband have found a way to enjoy cleaning them Kingdom Hall toilets and working their way from the bottom up. She is cleaning the Bethel Overseers toilets and homes. She is cleaning all of them, honey. She is cleaning the whole circuit, honey, the whole district, the entire state of Alabama. She is cleaning up and down with her man, honey. So why you jealous, Ebony? Look at that. You better smile when you clean them toilets, Sister Catrina. You better smile. Yeah. So, honey, last night in Rhodes, what is this? Honey, last night in Rhodes, Greece, before the flight back home, we had just talked about how we have not seen any brothers and sisters during this vacation, honey. I was wondering how to get hold of a wig to give to the cleaning personnel. When we stumbled upon our lovely brothers and sisters with a public witnessing card, honey, it made the whole week perfect, honey boo. Look at that. Why didn't you bring your literature on your vacation? That's what I want to know. You want to make it seem like you was on vacation for Jehovah and like you had Jehovah on your mind. No, honey. If you really had Jehovah on your mind, you would have already brought your own card, trying to rely on chance. And then you want to tell people it's Jehovah. I don't think so, honey. Anyway, honey, what does this remind you of? What does this remind you of? Two cocks fighting, honey. What does that remind me of, honey? Is that what you just asked me? Well, honey, it reminds me of Jehovah's marvelous creation, of course. Loyal servant of Jehovah, listening carefully to the programs. Remain loyal to Jehovah. Honey, this is a dog, honey. Just because you slapped a tag on it don't mean it's listening. This dog is probably a little too chunky and a little too old to care. He's probably wondering if you're going to give him another doggy bone, honey boo. That's the only thing he's wondering. And he's probably smelling your stinking feet thinking it's delicious. Had the privilege to help feed the pioneers this morning, boo. Truly amazing to see how full-time service can be a blessing. Can't wait for my turn this September. JW Pioneers, best life ever, honey. And 94 hearts, boo. Look at that. Look at that, honey. This is a blessing, honey. This is an ecstatic day right here. Can't you see how ecstatic and just happy everyone is? This is really, I'm serious, honey. Jehovah's Witnesses, we can't do nothing but eat, honey. That's why so many of us have a problem with weight and stuff, because this is the highlight. I mean, you're going to sit at them boring meetings for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you're going to stand on the street corner for hours and hours and hours trying to get people that don't want to listen to you to talk to you about something, and then the only thing you can really get into is the food, honey boo. That's right. You tell them, baby. Tell them. This is Brother William Bowden again, honey. Yearly graduation diploma, nowhere. Oh, yeah, honey. I would say, honey, seriously, we do need to give people something, honey. A little piece of paper that says diploma, something, you know. printed out at FedEx on the copy printer or something. You know, I mean, even some of these dinky, you know, honey, some of these dinky places, they give somebody at least some candy or something. Give them something, you know, something. And this brother right here, I don't know, this looks a little too worldly right here, the way he has his hair cut. This brother right here might need some counseling, I don't know, honey. Side point, Tony needs a trim at the back. That's right. How did it get so far with all the Bedford barbers, honey? Imitation of feminine hairstyles? I would say that's a little feminine for real, honey. I don't know about this brother. I'm serious. He gives me strange vibes, honey. Gathering supplies for those affected by Hurricane Matthew, honey. Look at that. I say it's a lot of cheap people here because this is more water than anything else. And then where's the canned goods? Where's the food? And then this is only going to Jehovah's Witnesses, honey. This ain't helping just people who need help the most. This is only going to their own people, honey. I don't see how this is really charitable, honey. Okay, this sister right here, she is about 90-something years old, honey. Oh, no, she's 85, honey, and she purchased her, I'm so proud of my friend, honey boo. She is 85 years old, honey. She purchased her tablet to learn how to use the JW app. I love to see her on at that age, and it's not an obstacle to learn, honey boo. I just want to learn when I get that age. Anyway, honey. You see her right here, honey? She is scared out of her mind, honey. She is so afraid because she doesn't even know what is going on. I mean, this world has changed into these computer things that she cannot relate to, honey. Do you see her using her index finger? When you see someone doing that, they really are brand new to this. Do you see her frowning up at the wrinkles like she's studying an encyclopedia, honey? She is not used to this, honey, and she is not going to fiddle with that thing after this picture's taken, honey. That thing's going to collect dust, and she's going to go back to playing bingo. Anyway, honey, this is Jehovah right here, honey. Look how white and bearded he is, honey. He is white and super white and blonde, honey. White people don't even look that white, honey. That's how white he is, honey. Super white, honey. He makes white people look black, honey. Look at that. Look at this devil behind him and pulling the strings on him. Honey. Anyway, honey. Oh, yeah, honey. Jehovah's Witnesses doing whatever it takes, honey. This is Brother Billy Boo's grandson and his nephew, and they are getting in their pioneer time. You see, Jehovah's Witnesses don't just clean the toilets, they witness to them too. And sometimes the person happens to be sitting on one, so they're like, well, since we was witnessing to the toilet, we might as well go ahead and talk to the person sitting on it. So that's what they did, honey. And then, you know what they did, honey? They did all kinds of Bible studies because they had to catch up on their pioneer time, so they did like 6 hours straight, honey. This man that took a 6-hour dump listening to these folks, honey. So what happens when the heavenly class exceeds 144,000? Oh, these are the memorial partakers. Okay, honey, what is this down here? Do you see this? Can you focus in on that, honey? I got a real jealous cat, honey. This cat is so jealous. Always meowing as soon as I get on this cam. Okay, honey, this is, I don't know, is this 37,000 new folks? Good goodness God, honey. 37,000 new partakers, honey. It's supposed to be less, not more, honey. I don't know what's going on with this craziness. And then what did they say over here? I realize yours is a rhetorical question, honey, but I will answer it anyway. Nothing will happen. As with the new overlapping generations, died with the stroke of a pen, teaching will change, and JWs will accept it. It's always taught this way, a symbolic number. But, honey, whatever, honey. I don't think so, honey. All this is lies, honey. This brother is so faithful, honey. This is Brother BelZEBbub Henry, the third turd now, honey. This is when he's going to be in his 80s and 90s. you know, and you know, he's got a house arrest thing on his ankle right now because they did hold him accountable, honey. After all, honey, after that second round with the royal commissions and all that stuff, them blew out of the water, honey. But anyway. So anyway, after a few years of that, honey, and he's out on parole, and somebody gave him a $75 free dinner, honey, on his birthday, and to prove his faith and loyalty to Jehovah God, honey, he tore it up. You see, because he don't believe in birthdays, honey. He believes in the two-witness rule to demand child victims of sexual abuse to produce 2 adult eyewitnesses to the crime before even acknowledging it, and then he still won't go to the police on it, ever. Never ever, honey. Never ever is he going to go to the police on what he knows about child sexual abuse within his organization and his congregation and a few other neighboring congregations. Yes, honey, boo. Anyway, honey, do you know after we took that picture, he said, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then when he came back, honey, he was like, okay, let's grub. And so we was eating and all that. And then when they brought the bill, because Brother BelZEBbub was paying for the bill, honey, this Brother BelZEBbub Henry, the Third Turd, all of a sudden stands up. And do you know this card taped into one piece, fell out of his pocket? I was like, oh, no, he didn't, honey. He was acting and fronting like he was all loyal to Jehovah when he was intending to save that. Oh, sneaky mofo, I'm telling you. Look at that right there. All of this apostate stuff. Oh, you know what, Brother BelZEBbub Henry III, honey boo? Do you know that the Australian Royal Commission is starting up again? Well, they started up with the Catholic Church. But you know, Jehovah's on their bucket list. Jehovah, Jehovah. Oh, please stop. My sides are hurting. This is too funny. Okay, so we got a rocket ship, okay, and they're exploring the moon. And all of a sudden, they see Jehovah's Witnesses on the moon. Honey, that'll never happen because Jehovah's Witnesses do not. They don't really have an education, honey. And I have to say, a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses don't even know how to really count. They are number phobic, honey. You're going to need to know a lot of math and a lot of numbers, honey, to be able to get your butt out in space with them funky cards, honey. Oh, no, honey, look at that. Sisters are doing it now. This is an elderette right here, honey. You know she is. And she is working to get her pioneer husband. I don't know. Let me see. Let me check out some body language over here now. This brother right here, I think this brother, you know what? She is holding her hands like she is anticipating something. And she is smiling hard. I think she's trying to get with one of these brothers over here. I don't know which one. Maybe this one over here because he kind of stiff smiled. You see his smile? It's kind of stiff, honey. I don't know. There's some interesting body language in these pictures, honey. But anyway, honey, 2 sisters being trained to operate the sound system and computer for the congregation meetings in the Estevan, Saskatchewan, Canada, honey boo. That's a privilege, honey, to be able to operate computers, honey. I feel privileged right now operating a computer. Oh, yeah, honey. I know I talked about this in the last video, honey, but this is Sister Asia Smith, and this deserves another round, honey. I think this is brilliant. I think it's time to do some activism in the form of donations, honey boo. Tons of suits and jackets going to Goodwill in a small town full of JWs that shop there weekly. JWFacts.com, written in permanent ink. On the insides, visible to them. If they look at them on the inside, some pocket, they might not see the writings until later, honey boo. Oh my goodness, honey, that is so ingenious, honey. I have to say. what, Australian Royal Commission, I'm going to go to the thrift stores, and I'm just going to take my permanent marker, and I'm going to take a bunch of clothes, honey, that I think a bunch of Jehovah Witnesses would like, and then I'm going to take it in the bag and in the inside of the tags, honey. Am I right? Australian Royal Commission. You know, that's a scary word to the Jehovah Witness, honey. They always say, oh, I have never heard of Australian Royal Commission. And then you see their pinky start shaking. And they want us to hurry up and get away from you. And you're like, well, if you ain't never heard of it, why are you running so fast? Why you running? This is Brother Irvin Salkin. This is Brother Irvin Salkin from the Irvin Salkin Law Firm. This is Brother Irvin Salkin and his team from the Irvin Salkin Law Firm. And he's available on standby, honey, if you want to give him a call sometime. Brother BelZEBbub Henry III. You're welcome to give him a call, honey. I'm sure he would love to hear from you, honey boo. You go ahead and call him, honey, anytime. This is Brother BelZEBbub Henry right now, honey. He's pretty perturbed, as you can see. He's pretty perturbed, as you can see, and he is not impressed with me. He is not impressed with me at all. And neither are his other elder friends, Jimmy and Willie. You know who you are. You know who they are. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, BelZEBbub? BelZEBbub Henry, you know who I'm talking about. Jimmy and Willie and Randy and Kenny and Cornelius. Cornelius Hall. Woo! Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So, that wraps it up, honey. That wraps it up. This is the best life ever with Jehovah's Witnesses. This is what Jehovah's Witness women are good for, honey boo. Don't you forget it. Look at that right there. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. And then, oh, honey, you go ahead and keep cleaning them toilets now, honey. Because I'm going to tell you something, Brother BelZEBbub Henry the Third Turd, honey boo. When it comes right down to it, honey, the trend of jw.org/Watchtower Bible Tract Society /Jehovah has been to leave the individual elders holding the bag when it comes to the legal and criminality of that two-witness rule. You might want to Google that one more time, honey boo. You might want to Google that one more time if you haven't already. Because your loyalty to that two-witness rule is not going to be rewarded when it comes right down to it. JW.org is going to throw their hands up and say, well, that's on you, brother. Pray to Jehovah. He'll fix it, and anything else, you'll just have to wait on the new system to be fixed. Anyway, honey, I want to thank you all for watching this video, honey. And Sister Billy Bertha Mae Smith is coming to you live, honey. I got a lot of things to tell you, honey. There's so much good stuff going on, honey, and coincidence. Do you know, honey? Oh, honey, I really want to tell you something else, honey. Yeah, I have to say, honey, some people have some skeletons in their closet, honey. They want to talk about Sister Billy Bertha Mae Smith all kinds of ways, honey. But Billy Bertha Mae Smith, woo, honey, I'm going to talk to you later, honey. Ooh, honey, look, clean that toilet, honey. Clean that toilet. You best to clean that toilet. You better smile too, honey. That's a lovely dress, honey. Look at her. Sister BelZEBbub Henry the Third Turd.